What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What is going on? Glad you all could be here. You already know what to do. Make sure you hit the like button, whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded. Whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded, make sure you hit the like button. Definitely got a good one going here. Definitely got a good one going here for you today. We're going to be covering a number of topics. We'll be recapping the last topic because the last show was pretty intense. So we're probably going to do some recap of the last show, but we do got to get into this subject where the woman who was fired and her co-workers was fired for sexual exploits on the job, off the job, the whole works. We know the story. She's claiming to be groomed by her fellow employees or superior officers. That's what she's claiming. She's claiming that. So we're going to get into the whole concept of, can a grown woman be groomed into doing something, and how we've been talking about that, entertaining that, especially if we're talking about something at the workplace, especially if we're talking about something in the realm of Me Too, makes it an automatic social get out of jail free card, to where no culpability or responsibility could ever be taken by a woman if she could just simply say that, yes, in that situation, I was groomed. I didn't want to do it. They pushed the issue. They made me do it. So we're going to be getting into that, going to be breaking down a number of things. Also going to be breaking down a pretty good article that talked about how the Manosphere has helped the psychological profession to realize, or let me just read it right here. The headline, this was going to be the headline topic of the show, but I'll read it right now before I play the intro. It says, how the Manosphere led us to develop better mental health services for men. The Center for Male Psychology. That's what they said. That's what they said. There's some work and some writing being done on that. But either way it go, let's strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What is going on? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. And as usual, I always shout out those of you that make it in bright and early before we even get things started. Shout out to RM saying, as you enter the building, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Shout out to, why won't that scroll down? There it is. Shout out to Paymay. Yeah, I read this one. He says, by groomed, she mean they brushed her hair once during a threesome. Sleep is a cousin of death in the building says, no, a grown woman cannot be groomed. Answered the title question very direct. We're going to be getting into that. We're going to get into that. But just being jazzy in the building says it's not morning. I know I normally come on in the morning, but this is well into the afternoon. Almost an hour and a half into the afternoon. So this is not good morning. Not good morning. Daryl Long, shout out to you. Shout out to Killmatic. Says so she was groomed or what? Graped. Let's not mess up the algo this early in the show. For how long? Groomed or graped for how long? She never used that word. She never used that word, even though you could probably argue that our word that we don't want to mess up the algo with. You could argue that she kind of lightweight said that because she was saying that she said no. Yeah, you can kind of argue that she's saying that in a roundabout way. In a roundabout way. I'll play the clip. I'll play the clip of her actually talking. So yeah, we'll get into that. But she didn't use that word. She didn't use that word, but yeah, we'll definitely get into that. Says now this is a good topic. The word that they're going with is groomed, manipulated. And she's filing a lawsuit. She's suing the city or the state or whoever, the county. They're being sued. Snazzy individual in the building. Shout out to you. Hoop jargon in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to CBP Film. Says when a woman is always caught being for the streets, is always someone else's fault. Absolutely. And shout out to Indigo Flow. Man, hoop jargon, get out of there. Do you remember what that stand for? Victim going to what does that stand for? What did that stand for? The guy kept interrupting, saying VGQ, VGQ, VGQ. It's for some reason like, okay, there's sensible people. There's sensible people that disagree and you come up and you have a conversation. I actually think Fatty is more sensible than what a lot of people is, even though he does use disingenuous debate tactics in my eyes. Like he came up on the last show. I think he made some good points, but he refuted arguments that nobody made. He did raise a question, and damn it, this should probably I'll probably I think I'm gonna get with SKC on this one. The idea, the notion that this white man said something bad about black people, and then he's immediately canceled, lost his jobs. He can no longer do the comic strip. He can, you know how they say the thing, you know who's in power by who you can't criticize. He criticized black people, and then he's canceled. I do want to have I think a discussion needs to be had about the degree in which that's a form of power. And it felt so Fatty made the point that y'all basically have all these white people basically doing y'all bidding to make sure nobody says nothing bad about you. It's sort of like y'all got your own anti-defamation league. That's what I mean. That's why I like Fatty. He made a good point right there. And the only thing is that nobody was he refuted the argument that nobody made. But the argument that he made is an argument that I technically made before, and some people tried to shoot it down and say, no, that's not power. Like anywhere where we can move in a way that benefits us is viewed as a lack of power. Now, if that's power, I don't think our power is necessarily used for good. If all it's for is to make sure that don't nobody hurt our feelings. But yeah, there's something to be said. There is something to be said about that. It says, I don't see how women keep getting away with lying and using taxpayers' money to endorse it. Absolutely. It says, now, F that dude, did you hear what he said? I don't even know what you're talking about. What did that VGQ stand for, hoop jargon? I do want to know that. I do want to know what the VGQ stands for. That is something that I would like to know. I forgot. Oh wait, nope, that ain't what I wanted to bring up yet. I forgot what the VGQ stands for. But all right, we about to get into this. We about to get into this. I think I already got that. Nope, that's a different one. All right, so we about to get into this. We about to get into this. Let me get my headsets ready so I can hear what's going on. Let me get my headsets ready. No, you ain't got to leave and go listen because I know it's probably deep within the stream and probably hard to find. He says, "LOL. If we have an anti-defamation league, then why the Cynthia? No. Black people, an overwhelming large percentage of Black people agree with the stuff that Cynthia G is saying. So no. Our anti-defamation league is apparently set up to make sure that nobody else says anything bad about us. It's set up to make sure nobody else says anything bad about us. Somebody talks some junk about Black people, then there's a bunch of white publications that basically do the bidding of Black people to make sure that this person doesn't say anything to hurt our said feelings. Arim, I did send you an email. But all right, we about to get into this. Let me go ahead and pull up the tape. That's the backdrop of the show today.
Well, a federal lawsuit targets the city of Laverne in the wake of a police department sex scandal. Megan Hall was the only female among the 5 officers fired and then became the target of nationwide ridicule.
Tonight, Hall's lawyer tells News Channel 5's Nick Barris what happened was inexcusable.
And now they're suing over what they call a hostile, sexually charged work environment that victimized a rookie officer.
Megan Hall was one of 5.
All right, now there's coming at it from the perspective that she's a victim who was in a sexually charged work environment. That's what they're essentially going with. They're going to be using the word groomed, and we're going to open it up for a discussion about the degrees in which a grown woman can actually be groomed into something and the implications of if that's what they can go with, then it's almost like they can never be guilty of anything when men are always guilty of everything if the word groomed can be used after the intercourse has taken place. That's sort of like that's the equivalent of the buyer's remorse, the regret after the fact. And they've tried to finagle that, and try to say that they've tried to basically say that they were raped after the fact, or claim sexual assault after the fact. But that magic word groomed, I think that's the way that they're actually going to be able to fire off that shot, by using the word groomed. I think that's how they're going to be able to do that. Okay, this is probably an interesting comment. I'm gonna stop the show and read this. Said, if white people are the ones implementing the power, then it's not. Yeah, Black people can never have power. Yeah, if white people are the ones implementing the power, then it's not Black people who have the power to silence if somebody kills someone and it says he did it for Black people. Okay, yeah, you went left with the whole if somebody the power to silence if somebody kills someone and says he did it for Black people. Okay, you went left with that and you're misunderstanding my point. The one thing that Fatty said is something that I've made that point, that we're in a situation where essentially is white people are basically doing the bidding of Black people. We have maneuvered in society to the point to where people are doing their bidding. Just like the majority of people aren't gay, the majority of people aren't LGBTQ, but they got everybody out doing their bidding. You see, that's how it works. They got everybody out doing their bidding. So we acknowledge it as power that they've acquired, but we don't think that the hell that Black people have raised has given them a certain amount of power to where everybody got to walk on eggshells around them, just like they got to walk on eggshells around the LGBTQ. What I'm saying is that is a form of power within this framework of the system. But because it's us, we don't want to acknowledge that. Now, I don't think that power is being used for good. It's power being used to fuel wokeness. So I don't even want to. Yeah. So that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. But all right. Let's dig back into this. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Officers, along with the Laverne police chief, fired last month for allegations of sexual misconduct on the job. But it was Hall, the only female and just into her second year on the force, who became the face of the sexual scandal.
These predators, starting from day one, worked to break down her psychological barriers and convince her to engage in sexual activity that she didn't want to.
If you're a man who have ever had sex with a woman who you weren't currently actively in a committed one-to-one monogamous relationship where y'all talked about it and looked into each other's eyes and explained the terms and conditions of the relationship and then proceeded forward with sex. No, if you're a man who's ever had casual sex, what he just described, and I hate to say it like this, but what he just described is ultimately the process of acquiring casual sex. I mean, unless you just, that dude and the chick is just looking at you like you that dude, and she's just ready to just hop right in bed with you on site. Yeah. You got to talk to her. You got to convince her. You gotta woo her. You gotta be a little smooth. She's putting up barriers. She's giving you a little defense, and you gotta break down those barriers, and you gotta work that no into a maybe. You got to work that maybe into a quit playing. And it's like he's describing the process of gaming a chick down. Now, at the workplace, okay, it's some inappropriateness there. It's some inappropriateness there. But you got to get the turn the no into a quit playing, into a maybe, into a yes. It's like that's how it tends to work when you're talking about somebody trying to proposition somebody for some casual sex. It's not always an immediate yes. It's not always immediate yes. They use the term, there must be enthusiastic consent, which if you describe enthusiastic consent, like this chick definitely wanted it. And she was definitely, ready to go and excited about it and turned on and aroused. And it should be that. But there's plenty of women that I've had, some healthy, casual, sexual relationships with that, they were giving me the runaround at first. They was being a little flaky on responding to text or a little flaky on getting together and seeing each other. But eventually, we got to that point. She was ready, and we went, and it happened, and then it was wonderful after that, until it stopped. So it's like, right now, what they're doing, and yeah, he said the dance is different every time. He said 5. Man, come on. 5 guys sounds enthusiastic to me. Oh, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that because right in this video, they're going to say that she's mentally, psychologically had some issues. And then why the hell was she on the job with a gun where she was fully licensed to and got full permission to shoot people? She got full permission to shoot people. They're going to talk about her. They're going to say that they played on her mental illness. But they're going to admit that she had some psychological and mental issues. But she got hired as a police officer. Like, yeah.
Attorney Wesley Clark, flanked by his client Hall, talked about the federal lawsuit they've filed naming the city of Laverne, former Sergeant Lewis Powell, former Sergeant Henry Ty McGowan, and former Police Chief Burrell Chip Davis. The lawsuit alleges the supervisors, quote, groomed Hall for sexual Chip Davis. The lawsuit alleges the supervisors, Henry Ty McGowan, and former
I don't mean to take a petty jab at the last show, but these superior these black superior officers in positions of power use their superior position of power according to the story to groom somebody who's in the supremacy ruling class. All right. I'm not going to be petty and about the last show, but I think y'all get where I'm going. I think y'all get where I'm going with that one. Is like, all right. Because just imagine if they were white and she was black. The argument, they had power over her, and they like that would be the thing. It's like, but okay. All right.
Police Chief Burrell Chip Davis. The lawsuit alleges the supervisors, quote, groomed Hall for sexual exploitation.
Megan wasn't looked at like a rookie cop to be trained and promoted. She was looked at as a piece of meat to be sexualized and exploited.
The lawsuit stems from a police department scandal involving sexual misconduct both on and away from the job involving officers. There are no criminal charges.
There are going to be those who say these are consenting adults and she's trying to place the blame elsewhere.
Thank you, Mr. Male reporter, who tiptoed into a very important question. Of how does now a middle-aged one, I'm just assuming she's about 35, and according to what they say, that's about middle age. How can a middle-aged woman who's married, mind you, husband's still married to her, mind you, husband knows about this stuff. I think he knew about it. So it's not like a situation like she was the only income and her family had to make it, so she just had to put up with all kinds of abuse. That's not the situation here. It's not the situation where she had starving children who she had to put up with sexual harassment in order to feed them. That's not the situation here. You're saying she's in her 20s. They're going to show it up close on her. She looked like she looked older than in her 20s. She looked definitely older than in her 20s. I can confidently say that. But right there, the correct question is asked. It's saying that they groomed her for it. She was in a situation she could not say no, or she felt there was consequences for saying no. You see what I'm saying here? Is that no matter what happens, because the fact of the matter is, if it was one superior high-ranking person that you felt like your job was potentially on the line if you said no, but like now there's a situation like five of them from a grown married woman doing it on the job and off the job. Like you can't say no off the job. Like this is where it gets goofy. And it's like they're insulting the intelligence of men and the general public to say that they're still trying to, even after Amber Heard, they're still trying to run this aggressive female victim narrative. They're still trying to run an aggressive female victim narrative to basically try to one get her off the hook. And I mean, isn't that like the modus operandus of Me Too? Try to get the bag. She's trying to sue the county. She's trying to get the bag off of that. The victim narrative was running real heavy on the last show. The whole victim narrative, and I don't like when black men play the victim game. This is the other end of the victim game. This is how women play the victim game. There's an aspect of it how women play the victim game. Then there's how black people play the victim game. And then there's an extra special league of victimness when you're a black woman, when you're black and you're a woman playing the victim game. I want to get black men to the point to where, no, we don't play. All right. We don't participate. That's where I want to try to get us to the point where we're not playing. We men.
Well, yeah, it's really easy to think that whenever you don't understand the full story.
Clark says Hall said no on several occasions, but her supervisors kept pushing until she gave in. Racked by depression to the point of considering suicide, the lawsuit says when Hall tried to end the sexual conduct, threats were made against her.
That should be disgusting and outrageous to everyone who reads this case and understands the truth of what happened here.
The city of Laverne declared.
Now, that's the part that if evidence could be produced, I'll say this, I'll keep it real and say this. If they can produce evidence that she was trying to end it and then her job was threatened, if they can produce that, then she could say she got something. Not something in the sense that she was groomed, but just that they did some foul play. That they did some foul play that went beyond just normal consensual sex with a willing coworker. That would be her smoking gun, if that can be proved. Right now, oh my goodness, somebody said she looking like Meg Griffin. That is the part where I reach across the aisle, because listen, despite all this shit we talk, I think it's legitimate. It's legitimate to say that we don't want to live in a world where a woman goes into a job and somebody pulls their junk out on her. Well, if you want to keep your job, you know what to do, and then that's just what, so we don't want to live in that. We don't want to go in that far, but we also have to average into the equation that the majority of couples and marriages at this point, other than online, at work is the next highest rated place where people are meeting each other. So we can't dismiss that and not look at this first as a, they're innocent. They're innocent of having casual sex until proven guilty of some workplace coercion. That's how it has to be looked at. Innocent of casual sex until proven guilty of coercing somebody into something. If that's not the conversation, then I think the conversation is being manipulated. So all I'm saying is show me the proof. Show me the proof of threats being made for her trying to end it. But either way it goes, the actual start of it, and it doesn't sound like all 5 of them was in one day. Like if you had sex with 5 coworkers, that was spaced out. that was spaced out over a period of time. This was an ongoing thing. This was definitely, no doubt, an ongoing thing that was happening for a while. And then they're saying that she they worded it before where they said she had pre-existing mental and psychological issues, what makes you have to wonder, why was she, given a gun and out policing people and all of that. So it's like, that's an interesting word. Coercion. Okay. Good one. I see what you did there. All right. So we won't be hearing anything funny from her for a week. She make one funny joke per week. She already wasted it. So it'll be 7 days before she say something funny again. Good job. Excellent job.
Declined to comment on the pending litigation. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Nick. By the way, you saw Megan Hall sitting there with her attorney while he spoke,
making unwanted
on the job at the Laverne PD. By the way, you saw Megan Hall sitting there with her attorney while he spoke, but she talked as well about the environment on the job at the Laverne PD.
He constantly made sexual comments.
This is why I said she looks to be at least 35, and I'm, Oh, it sounded like I said that. Oh, damn, I could have took credit for that. I should have took credit for it. Damn it. But this is what I said. Like, I mean, I could put her over 40 easily, but I'm putting a generous 35 on it. So we talking 35 years old. We talking a 35-year-old grown woman married, I believe, have children. And she do look like Meg from Family Guy. She do like Meg Griffin all day. We're talking about a grown-ass, married-ass woman. Talking about a grown-ass, married-ass woman. He said she looked younger in the videos. Somebody is saying she's 40. Yeah, I don't think we got her exact age because I didn't even research that. I mean, it matters, but it didn't matter as much her exact age. I just looked at her and I know she's married and she looks over 30, and I'm like, but they're claiming groomed, and the point that I'm going to hark on here is that they're going to use that whole groomed thing. That's going to be their way to get out of everything. And he's saying she's 26. All right, cool. That groomed thing is going to be the way to get out of everything. Anything involving workplace practices where two co-workers was having sex on or off the job, if it's found out, if anything's happened, that's how they're going to always protect their job, by using the word groomed. Is going to turn into that. That groomed is going to be the new the new catchphrase buzzword to keep the party going on the Me Tooing people, despite of all the evidence, despite of all the data that shows that the people are meeting at the job damn near more than ever. No. Groomed. I was groomed. A coworker persistently pursued me. I didn't really want to at first, but then over time, they convinced me, and then we did it, and then it happened, and then it happened again, 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 and then it happened with somebody else, and in this case, somebody else, and then somebody else, and then it kept happening again. And after shit hit the fan, I was groomed. That's pretty much the story.
Towards me, making unwanted physical towards me, sexual comments.
Environment on the job at the Laverne PD.
He constantly made sexual comments towards me, making unwanted physical contact towards me in front of others.
Yeah, Hall talked at length with Nick. You can watch for that exclusive interview on News Channel 5 this coming Wednesday.
Hold up. I think I got the one where they talked at length. I think I got that one.
Findings of sexual misconduct.
Megan Hall became the face of the scandal and the target of nationwide ridicule, and she's now filed a federal lawsuit.
Tonight, in an exclusive interview with our Nick Barris, Hall describes a toxic workplace behind closed doors.
Megan Hall was 24 years old when she was hired as an officer here at the Laverne.
Wow. Well, she was 24 when she was hired, and I think she's still a rookie. Are you, what the hell?
Making unwanted physical contact towards me in front of others.
24. 24 my ass. Them all city miles with a bunch of potholes and all city miles in a goddamn war zone. If that's 24, like, goddamn. Jeez. $24? Now we know her story ain't true. now we know her story ain't true. Yeah, damn.
Police department 2 years ago. Her plan was to have a career in law enforcement. She now knows that dream is likely over.
I remember while interviewing for the position at Laverne Police Department, they described the environment as a family. However, while I was aspiring to protect my community, the Laverne Police Department was not protecting me.
By now, most of the country knows what happened. Hall, 4 other officers, and the police chief were fired last month. This after 2 separate investigations found that Hall engaged in sexual activity and/or shared intimate photos and videos with several male officers. The chief and 2 sergeants were among those implicated. Now Hall and her attorney, Wesley Clark, are suing those 3 supervisors and the city in federal court for civil rights violations.
Megan wasn't looked at like a rookie cop to be trained and promoted. She was looked at as a piece of meat.
All right, let me skip that part that we read. I just wanted to get the parts of her talking.
Was a consenting adult who willingly participated in sexual antics in violation of police department policy, and that now she wants to blame others, including one sergeant who targeted her early on.
I know what most people are saying. You know, you could have said no. I get it. But my response to them is that I did say no, and he wouldn't take it for an answer. Eventually, I gave in from pressure.
So it's not as easy to say.
So that answers the question that somebody said earlier. Like, if she's saying that she was great. No, she's not saying that she was great, but she is saying that she said no, and then they wouldn't take no for an answer, or he wouldn't take no for an answer, and then she gave in. So it's a situation where this is where they can muddy the waters of the truth, because there is a such thing as a guy making a sexual advance and the woman initially declining it, and then the guy, you know, comes back again and again, and then her no gets a little flimsy, and then she warms up a little bit to him, and then it turns into a yes. Like, that's essentially how a lot of game works. So it's turning into a situation where yes, if you're using if you're using just normal charm and persuasion and charisma, that's going to turn into a situation. Like, the only argument that she would have is that if a direct threat to her job was made, that's the only argument she would have. And if she could produce any of that via text message or anything, she got a case. She got a case if she could produce that. And I'll stand here, I'll look in the camera, and I'll say, yeah, I was wrong in my analysis. She proved that she had a case, that they basically threatened her job, and she had to do it to keep her job. That's the only way. That's the only way. But other than that, then no. What you're describing is a man who's just pursuing some sex, and normally who gets a yes on the first try, like that's is what it is.
She could have just said no.
She did say no on several occasions. Miss Hall tried to get out of this relationship, and
now he's calling it a relationship,
and she was not allowed to.
Hall concedes she participated.
How was she not allowed to? The only way that she could be not allowed to, only way that you could even use that language of not being allowed to, is, again, if the job was, if they literally threatened the job. You want this job, you know what you got to do. Like, that's the only way that she could say that she wasn't allowed to. Free Zone Lou saying, BR, she didn't say they, play it back. She said he, one person. Oh yeah, my bad. I heard that. I said they because in my mind 5 people, but she was specifically talking about the sergeant right there. She's specifically talking about the sergeant, and that's, you know, it makes sense for her to try to, it makes sense on her part to try to focus her argument right there, because, you know, there was officers involved who wasn't her superiors, and then it was the ones that was her superior, then it was the sergeant who was superior to the superiors that she was messing with. So it makes sense tactically on her end to go all the way up the line to the highest guy on the totem pole and explain, his problems there. And so there is a conversation to be had about, men on the job when you get into a position of power, that you just can't be trying to get at every chick that's underneath you. Like, it's policies, it's written into the framework that you're literally not supposed to do that, and you can get fired. You're not breaking the law, you're breaking company policy. It's a difference between breaking the law and breaking company policy. They're borderline trying to merge those two things into one thing. And when you start using that word groomed, and you start using the language of, I said no, and he wouldn't take no for an answer, I was groomed. It's like, then you're merging groomed and graped together. You're merging groomed and graped together. So that's why the title is, Can a Grown Woman Be Groomed? Can a Grown Woman Be Groomed?
Under duress. She's not saying she was raped, but adds that the salacious details made public of sex on the job put her alone center stage and do not tell the whole story.
They isolated me, they shunned me, they accused me, and they blamed me for becoming a victim.
Hall suffered from depression to the point of considering suicide, and at one point was hospitalized. She felt trapped.
My supervisors worked together to take advantage of my vulnerabilities and my mental health.
All right. That was a part that I wanted to get to, and I'm glad I got to that part. Now, they worked together to take advantage of her vulnerabilities and her mental health. See, and if they're saying that she started having mental health issues because of the environment at the workplace, but right there, it sounds like they're saying that, she's saying that they work together to take advantage of her mental health. That sounds like they're saying that she already had pre-existing mental health issues that they were taking advantage of, if you understand what I'm saying. That's how they're trying to spin it. Her mental condition was taken advantage of by these predatory men. Which, if that's the case, then they got to admit that they got an unmentally healthy person out there with the gun policing people. Then they got to admit that one, and that's already all kinds of bad. I'm sorry, I'm reading comments, but yeah, Link, you're right. She should not have been hired if that's the case. She should not have been hired if that's the case.
And they used it for their gain and sexual pleasure.
And that included the police chief, Chip Davis. The independent investigation found he was aware of what was going on and even received intimate photos and videos of Hall.
Who do you even turn to when the chief of police is sexually harassing you? How could I get justice when the entire system, including the chief, not only condoned such behavior, but participated in it?
Quit talking about that black man like he was in so much power. We learned yesterday that there's no power. Black men can have no power. But but here's the deal. If the chief of police is messing up, there's still a chain of command somewhere, some way, somehow. I don't even know exactly. I've heard somebody break that down. What do you do when the chief of police do something wrong? It's somebody that he could be reported. Okay. The chief of police could be reported, but the chief of police is doing it, and you're willingly participating with it and doing it with people who are not the chief of police. It's like, it's clearly you're engaging in this big free-for-all situation. You're clearly engaging in this big free-for-all situation. And thank you, AR. That's one thing that I meant to talk about. You just reminded me. It says, you could turn to your husband. Yeah, that's typically how it works. Like, I mean, after the first moment of sex, I can understand a woman if she feels like she's getting harassed a little bit at the job. She don't want to tell her husband right away. She don't want him to blow up the spot. Okay, you got coerced into sex with one person. Okay, you don't want to tell your husband right away. It was just a thing, and it's over. Okay, now it just keeps happening with him, and then now with now it's threesomes and all kind of stuff going on with coworkers. It's like, At what point? At what point? Like if you're feeling you're under duress like this, you have nobody to turn to. At some point, yes, absolutely. You turn to your husband. You let your husband know. You let people close to you know. You're not some single woman in this fight by yourself against the patriarchy. No, you got your husband, and there's some line of command and some chain that you can go up the line and talk to get the chief of police reported. It's like that's nonsense. And yes, her husband is still with her. Hold on. Somebody is saying police chief should claim she's trying to Emmett Till them. Huh? And flip that victim narrative around. She's playing the victim. You got a victim card to play. But shout out to Deacon Dave in the middle of the $5 super chat. Did her husband stay with her to see if the state cuts the check? Oh, her husband is still by her side. Her husband is still by her side. Absolutely. Absolutely. The husband is by her side all day. That's what was reported. That's what was reported. Appreciate you, Deacon Dave, for coming through on the super chat end. Do appreciate that. But yeah. Can a grown woman be groomed? That's what's on the table. In a related story, singer Stephanie Mills was talking about the Me Too issue, and she kind of kicked it in the nuts. I ain't gonna lie. She tiptoed around it, but she basically was saying that all these chicks claiming what they claiming, it all can't be true.
So when you hear a lot of these women stepping up, and obviously the Me Too movement has it has brought a lot of men to justice. And when they're saying let's talk specific. Harvey Weinstein had some of the biggest actresses in Hollywood come to his hotel and audition.
Yes.
When you hear stuff like that, what are you saying to yourself?
I think it's sad what happened to a lot of those women. I think it's tragic. But I also believe that some of those women knew what they were going up there for. I mean, why would you go?
All right, somebody says, who's this auntie? Okay, I forgot, some of y'all young. Shame on y'all. Y'all don't know who Stephanie Mills is. She was a singer from back in the day, but she's been in the business in the industry for a while. So she's speaking on the idea of women not knowing what they're doing or what they're signing up for or what they're getting into. She said she's been in the business her whole life. You know, I be forgetting some of y'all young don't know who Stephanie Mills is. That's kind of crazy. But yeah.
Go to a man's hotel room? Why in the lobby? Why not go to
Hold on, wait, lagged a little bit.
a man's hotel room? Why not stay in the?
It's lagging. All right, it should be good from here.
That some of those women knew what they were going up there for. I mean, why would you go to a man's hotel room? Why not stay in the lobby? Why not go to and I'm just being honest because I've gone up for a lot of auditions. So I know that Harvey Weinstein did a lot of things. I know he did. But I just can't believe that all of them were so innocent. That's what goes through my head. And I'm only speaking about me. I just can't believe that all of them was just so innocent.
As you sit here and you say what you just said, you know it's going to be met with women, not men, women who look at you as though you are going against the movement itself. Do you, and this is what I love about you, because you're very, very forthcoming and you speak your truth. Do you worry about any backlash when you're saying the things that you're saying, especially when you're going up against powerful entities?
Now, here's the deal with that question. One, she too old to get to cancel her. She already had her career. She made her money and she done. So she's in a position where she could say what she want to say. So because she's in position where she could say what she want to say, and it's like, I really can't take nothing from her. Her career pretty much over. And so it's like she has nothing to hide from or protect. The women shunning her, it don't really matter. So it's an interesting dynamic because she's in a place where she can just tell the truth. She can just tell the truth. And the truth is that it's no way that she could look at it and absolutely positively say that all of those women didn't know what they were going for. That just like the men put their money and money and power on the table, or the men who had the few men who have the money and the power, the few men who have the money and the power, they put their money and the power on the table to get what they want from women, and women put their beauty and their sexuality and youth and all of that on the table to get what they want from men. It is an exchange that all parties be participating in. It is an exchange that all parties be willing full participators.
I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. I'll be 66 in, March 22nd. I've been in this business my entire life. I've seen a lot. I've heard a lot. And I think our problem with a lot of Black people is that we're so afraid to speak out that we go along with things that's just horrible. Now, the Me Too movement, I'm with. I don't think any woman should be violated at any time, any place, any.
All right, shout out to Little Big Nate. He does make a good point there that she can sing. She can still sing, so her career is still going. Technically, yes. Sometimes we forget about that. A lot of those old singers, they can go on tour pretty much into the point to where they, maybe when they getting rolled out in a wheelchair, maybe they not on tour no more, but they be on stage singing forever. So yeah, she'll always be able to make a little money. She'll always be able to make a little money or a lot of money singing. So I agree with you, but I'm just saying, as far as the aspect of her career where she really needs aspects of the industry, I don't think she need the industry. She don't need Hollywood. She don't need the labels no more. She don't need none of that. She can just get her promoters to just book her gigs and she go do her gigs. That she's go do her gigs, make her little money, and that's that. And then sit up on her rocking chair somewhere. I'm just saying that's the part of the game where she at. But no, you do make a good point. You do make a good point though.
Where. But it's just hard for me to believe that all of them were so innocent. I just find that a little difficult to believe, especially when I've been in the room with certain people and certain actresses and certain things and have seen what's going on. I cannot sit here and say, oh yes, that happened.
She's snitching on them broads. Like, I've been in the room with them. I've seen what's going on. I know they be in line at the casting arguing who gonna suck. Okay, all right. I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there. But they she she know they coming in. Yeah, she know they coming in hot. There's a lot of people in the industry who she know what they did to get that job. And the other ones mad. The other ones that didn't get the job mad because they didn't do it good enough.
To all the women. I think I can't.
You know, even as you're talking, and I know this has nothing to do with you personally, but Felicia Rashad, she, she has supported her longtime friend Bill Cosby for many, many years.
Yes.
And she has had similar conversations as you're having with me right now, this second. And even in her support, she knows and knew women were going to come in and they were going to tear her down. How could you? I know what happened to me, this, that, and the third. So I applaud you as a woman and people like her for everyone's not innocent.
Everyone's not innocent. And I've seen a lot where men are just approached in the most vulgar way, and it's just not it. I can't sit here and say, and I know that because I supported her when she supported Mr. Cosby, because I've worked with Mr. Cosby. I supported her when she supported Mr. Cosby because I've worked with Mr. Cosby years ago, and I was friends with his wife, and I was invited to his home and all of that. And none of that has ever happened to me.
I'm trying to back it up real quick. Hold on.
To me, this, that, and the third. So I applaud you as a woman and people like her for everyone's not innocent.
Everyone's not innocent. And I've seen a lot where men are just approached in the most vulgar way, and it's just not it. I can't sit here and say, and I.
Now, when she's saying she's seen a lot where men are approached in the most vulgar way, when she said that, is she talking about women in the industry and how they approach and how they go after the top men in the industry? Whether you're talking actors, directors, casting directors, producers, executives of some sort, is she talking about how women throwing themselves at those men? Because if that's what she's talking about, that's what I think she was talking about, then that sort of debunks many aspects of the notion, or just puts a definite chink in the armor, if you call it armor, but definitely puts a chink in the armor of the whole notion that these men have to be aggressively predatory towards the women. If it's a long line of LA blondes LA blondes out there pursuing and chasing and going after these top men in the industry, and as she said, a vulgar way, they're putting it all out there on the line. They want those parts. It's like, so that's essentially her argument, that they're willing participants. They're willing participants aggressively going after what they want. They didn't just go to LA, just move to LA with 2 nickels in their pocket and not aggressively understanding what exactly it is that they want. And when they get there and they see that, oh, to separate myself from the competition, I'm going to do this. And then when that becomes the norm, and then that's what they're doing down there. So she's basically saying what she's seen. I never saw Entourage. Hold on, he said we've seen Entourage. I never saw Entourage. Know of it, but never watched it. But yeah, but that's what she's saying. Based off what she's seen, she just can't label them innocent.
know that because I supported her when she supported Mr. Cosby, because I've worked with Mr. Cosby years ago, and I was friends with his wife, and I was invited to his home and all of that. And none of that has ever happened to me. He's never approached me or in a disrespectful way or anything. And I've been around Mr. Cosby a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just think that people, things happen, and I'm not going to say that none of that didn't happen, but I just don't believe that all were innocent. And I think they
Yeah.
have the right to say that I'm wrong. Well, they have the right to say that.
Shout out to Mr. GQ Smooth, says good afternoon and great show.
Loan me $10. I know you got $10.
Yeah, I got it. You know why I got it? Because I don't throw my money away on them streets.
Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Do appreciate that. Do appreciate it. Appreciate everybody support the stream. But yeah, Mr. GQ Smooth, shout out to you. Shout out to you.
But I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to apologize for things that I say that I know are true in my heart. I won't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we live in a culture where people pile on. One person comes out and you're looked at as brave, and then it's a money grab. From there on, you hear women.
Isn't that like a shift in the dynamic where the one person that used to come out accusing and then another accusing, but the person who accuses is looked at as brave, but now it's a situation where the person who's the woman who's coming out saying that, yeah, these accusers are bullshitting. Like that's the one who's brave now. It's like you have to be brave to tell the truth. You have to be brave to tell the truth. They called the they called the liars courageous. They called the liars. Oh wait, yeah, I got to get out of there. Hold on. Yeah, she like 4'9" or 4'10" or something like that. Hey, don't get me pulling up some old videos. Don't get me pulling up some old videos. Yeah, she's a little bitty. She's a little bitty little thing. I mean, she old now, but yeah, Google it. Google it. Steph, yeah, she was, yeah. Stephanie Mills went bad back in her day. especially if you like them, incy wincy. If you like little bitty 4'10" women. Yeah, let me try to see. Let me try to see what Google will provide. Hold on. Don't show me all the old pictures. Show me the good ones. Give me a second. Give me a second. Here we come. Yeah, there you go. Y'all should be able to see that. Wait, no, y'all can't see that because it's not up. Let me get myself out of the way of that. Hopefully I could see that pretty good. But yeah, no, she was bad. She was bad back in her day. She was bad back in her day. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. We had to Y'all want to talk about the wall? Okay, yeah. Yeah. He said, had to let out a damn. Yeah, she was it was 4'10". Let me Google her height. Hold on. Let me Google her height to make sure we got it right. You can stop the show. I got dead air. Stop the show. We got dead air going on.
Hold up.
Oh, damn. 4'9". 4'9".
Hold up.
I didn't even want to do this. And I'm not gonna do it. See, I was about to pull up some videos. I ain't about to risk a copyright strike. Y'all can go look up. Y'all can go look it up yourself. Y'all can go look up stuff yourself. But anyway. Somebody said this is good dead air. Yeah. She can get what? She can get a SSI check for short. Yeah, she can. No, at 4'9", I think you're legally a dwarf in some states. At 4'9", you're legally a dwarf in some states. Yeah, no doubt about that. 4'9", yeah. Yeah, if you like short women, that's to be 4'9", but still got normal woman body proportions. Because once you start getting when you start creeping on like 4.5 feet, that's when you start having those weird midget proportions. You know, where like the torso be super long and the legs be short. It's like, yeah. But if you like, all her proportions was normal, as you know. She was 4'9" with very normal proportions. So yeah. It says, don't spill out her hustle about the disability check. Yeah, that's why she could tell the truth. She's been racking up disability checks since the 70s. You can tell the truth now. She didn't let that disability. She didn't let that short person disability check. Them short person disability checks pile up. That's pretty much what that was. But no, that was all. That was what I got on the whole Me Too aspect in front of it. The chick is lying. That's my position, my story. I'm sticking to it. The chick is lying, talking about she being groomed, and that's why she was in a sexual relationship with at least 5 co-workers. At least had something sexual going with at least 5 co-workers. Yeah, so that was some nonsense. And I wanted to add to the fray on that one. The whole little thing with Stephanie Mills. These are 2 things I've been meaning to cover for a while, so I figured I'd just throw them on in today. The of her basically saying, I've seen so much. I've seen a lot being in this industry my whole life. I see how these women operate. I see how these women, they're vultures and they're predators all the same when it comes to coming up or moving up through the industry. And she see how they operate. And she's like, no, I don't believe they are that innocent. A lot of them aged out of the program or aged out of their acting career and trying to get a little money on the back end, claiming that something was done to them. And that's essentially what the cop chick is doing. She's ultimately claiming that something was done to her so she could sue the sue the county for, whatever practices, whatever was allegedly done to her in there. But it looks like a whole bunch of consensual sex that even her husband would have had to know about. But anyway, last thing I'm gonna cover before I make it up on out of here. How many of y'all saw this nonsense? I don't even want to cover this.
Hello, how you doing, Kendra?
Good. Can you give me better light, baby? I need better light for you.
Can you see me now? Hold
You
up.
ain't do anything, child.
What about now?
Wipe
This is some of the craziest shit I've seen in a while. This is about to be some of the craziest shit I've seen in a while. You're saying no panel day. The link is in the chat. Anybody come up. Anybody can come up at any time. The link is in the chat. So the panel, whether or not there's a panel today, is predicated on if people come up. It's predicated on if people come up.
screen. This is better. You want the thing is you want the light in your face. The light is behind you. So all those lamps, can you turn around where they're in the front of you?
Jesus Christ.
Keep going.
I can.
You right there.
41.
Okay, stay right there now. 41. Where you calling me from, Terrence?
Detroit, Michigan.
I don't normally ask height, but you seem.
Oh no. Why you have to be in proximity? Why he have to be in proximity? I'm in Michigan, not too far from Detroit. That's not good. That's not good.
So how tall are you?
I'm only 5'9".
Really? You seem a lot taller. Okay. 41, Terrence, Detroit, 5'9". What do you do for a living?
I own my own construction. I do demolition and reconstruction.
Construction. Okay. Do you have any kids?
7 boys.
Keep waiting for it. Keep waiting for it.
You have 7 kids.
Yes.
By how many women?
3.
What are your kids' ages?
One is 24, 13, 11, 9, 6, 5, 2, 5, and probably 2.
Why are you not with the 2-year-old mom?
Oh, she upstairs.
What happened?
She's upstairs.
What's going on? What are you looking for tonight?
I'm looking for a straight man that can. So I can get with. We can get together. I can get new benefits. I just want benefits with us to be together, and we can work together, and don't got to worry about all the bullshit in a marriage. Like we have my money.
So you're bisexual?
No, I'm straight. I just want another straight man, so we can work together without all the bullshit. He can have all the girlfriends he want. I can have all the girlfriends I want. We just got the partnership on paper.
I'm so confused. So you want to have? So are you You're not bisexual?
No, I just want somebody, a companionship. You know me. I don't got to worry about nobody taking half my money. We can build together, work on stuff, and we can have girlfriends. I can have girlfriends.
Terrence, are you trying to be funny?
No, for real. Like a best friend. Like like a best friend, but we just married. We can get all the benefits.
So you want to marry? So you want to marry a straight man?
Yeah, but we can have our girlfriends, but we can all have.
Why would a straight
benefits?
Listen, Terrence, I'm not sure. Like that's why I'm trying to save you right now because you're trying.
It's a okay. I know some of y'all think he's trolling, and that was my initial thought. My initial thought is that he's trolling, and somebody sent me another video of a guy who made a video saying something similar. This might be the new troll that's going on. Because I don't care what nobody say. It ain't that bad out there yet. It ain't that bad out there. So a part of me is like, he's trolling, or this is the new trying to smuggle in some fake gay shit. I don't know. I don't know.
To be a comedian, it's whack. So I don't want you to walk down this rabbit hole of I'm a comedian. I want to come on Kendra's show.
I'm not being a comedian. I'm really being honest. I was really thinking about something like this.
I know people do that at times, and I just want to make sure that ain't your goal because you bombing if that's the case. So
no, I'm not. I'm really.
So you're telling me as a straight man, you want to marry another straight man
just for benefits?
What straight man is?
Yeah, I'm convinced. I think this is a troll. I think this. At first, I thought he was like she tried to call him on being gay and just trying to hide it, but trying to say he's just looking for a man without saying that he's gay, without having to admit that he's gay. But no, I thought that was it for a minute. I thought he was, but no. I'm convinced it's a troll. I'm convinced it's a troll. This is a new hustle. For it to be the hustle, there got to be a benefit for the hustle. The benefit that if you go and marry somebody on paper, they can screw you over. So he was like, you put yourself more on the line. So no. See, okay, yeah, somebody saying it's genius and just for the benefits. Like, no, hell no. The tax benefits ain't that damn good. Royce J in the back said the Chuck and Larry. I've now pronounced you Chuck and Larry or something like that. All right, I got people in the back. Now. I would love to hear somebody make the case how the tax benefits can actually be that good. How the tax benefits could actually be that good to where you do some shit like that. Because it's so funny. I remember I did a stream. I remember somebody came on here and was basically it was a troll. It was funny, but it was a troll. But it was making an argument that change your gender on paper and take advantage of all the benefits, all the the double minority status, the or whatever benefit. I don't even remember what it was because it wasn't a viable option for me. But I don't even remember how the argument was laid out. But everything that women benefit from, take advantage of all that stuff on paper. That's how you're gonna take your power back. It's like I've heard that argument. But all right, so we got a panel. We got somebody else's opinion on here because I don't got nothing. I don't got much to say on this one. We could speak on. I thought I was gonna have more to say on that one, but when I started listening to it, I tapped out of my own show. It's like I changed the channel on my own shit. Like, nah, I'm done. I ain't. I thought I wanted to say something, but I ain't even got nothing to say on that one. So I'm gonna pass it. But what's up, dirty folks? Take any topic. You can skip that last one.
Yeah,
Take any
I'm
topic.
skip the last because I think he's trolling. The white dude in the van was funnier when he did it on TikTok.
Yeah.
I got two things. I have one for each, right? First of all, and I'm gonna make this brief because I got like a real story about the Stephanie Mills. So about the white girl, I'm gonna make this brief. If she's telling the truth, and we know she's lying, but if she was telling the truth, she would give hope to all these 40-year-old women talking about where's all the good men. And I'll tell you why. Because she's that old and she can still be groomed. She's still a toddler that you can train. That would give men inspiration instead of them condemning men for getting young girls. Sometimes, oh, he's trying to groom her. Yes, we're trying to train you to be what we want you to be. So the fact that she could be trained married at 26 years old, even though she's lying, kudos to them guys on the force. But as far as Stephanie Mills goes, yo, because I've lived that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? In my late 20s to mid 30s, I lived that lifestyle in the industry, doing movies, hanging out at the industry parties. So I know girls come up to you like quickly, like because my homegirl, shout out to Katrina Land, she'll introduce me. She's like, hey, this 30 folks at Crusader Publishing. He publishes magazines. He got books, woo woo, and they'll go on Amazon and they'll look me up. And I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of bestsellers. You don't get paid shit, but and then they be like, oh my God, you want some pussy? I was like, yes, I would like some pussy.
You said you don't get paid shit for bestsellers?
Hell no, man. Not when you the
Really?
publisher. Hell no, man. It's like you got to ship a certain amount, right? So like when you listen to Jay-Z, he's like, we ship gold or we ship platinum. That means you put 500,000 out. Think about it. Nobody's standing outside of a bookstore on Tuesday because they drop books on Tuesday. Movies on Fridays, books on Tuesdays, books and music. Ain't nobody standing outside a Barnes and Noble at 4 in the morning waiting to buy your book. You ship a certain amount of books, and that's how you get on the bestseller list for Good Morning America Tuesday morning before the store even open. And then in 6 months, whatever don't sell, you got to buy back. It's a consignment deal in reverse. So you can make anybody a bestseller depending on how much marketing budget the publishing company has. But I was bestseller off ebooks. Ebooks don't pay shit. Anyway, so but I know how it is. I know that girls sleep with the logo. I tell guys that on my channel all the time. Girls sleep with the logo. I had a pretty cool logo. I'm an asshole, but the logo is strong. But this is the LA thing. This goes, and this is why I believe um what's my man name? I want to call him Rothstein, but that's not his name. Um the guy that
The
got
guy that
locked.
they mentioned,
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Yeah,
No,
Jeffrey Epstein. No, not Jeff
yeah,
Epstein. Not
no.
no, Epstein the
Ep-
one that
Royce, who we talking about? You know, we talking about the not Epstein, but
the
Harvey
other one.
Weinstein.
the yeah,
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
All,
Weinstein.
all those tiny had names. 1998. I'm in LA. We at the Kodak. We at the Kodak Center for the movie release of Debbie Does Dallas. Don't ask me why I'm at a porn release party, but everybody should attend one, right? So we at the release party for Debbie Does Dallas. Me and my man's in there. It's girls in there with fishnet dresses, and that's it. No shoes, no panties, no bra, fishnet. Everybody naked. Girls walking around naked in glitter lotion. The way the Kodak Center set up is a big TV. It's like a movie screen in the back. It's TVs in the floor. It's TVs in the wall, and they all playing Debbie Does Dallas. And it's all naked girls in there, and girls will just walk up to you like, "Yo, are you a porn producer?" And we said no, and the girl walked away. So then I was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna say no next time." So then the next time a girl came, was like, because we G'd up, we young, we in our prime. She like, "Yo, you a porn producer?" I was like, I'm an assistant director. She's like, "Oh my God." You know what I'm saying? Head on the floor. It's nothing. You gonna put me in a movie? Like, shorty, you ain't even got no pockets. Like, you naked. Like, I got you. What's your name? I'm gonna look you up. Bro, it's so easy. When I got to the magazine thing, I'm telling girls, like, "You want to be in the magazine?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You got a headshot?" "No." "Bio?" "No." "Media kit?" "No." "References?" "No." "Well, check this out, shorty. I'll put you in a magazine. You give me two holes. You pick the two holes." Okay. Girls is going. That's why I understand how people can be incels. Girls is going. So I believed in Harvey Weinstein. When I heard it, I said, "Yo, that's bullshit." Like, yo, because I lived that life, and I know how fun it is. The only difference is they respect women, and I tell girls, if you ever accuse me, I'm gonna put a Ray Caruth jersey on. So I'm cool.
Woo! And that folks is dirty folks.
Yeah, you got some little vibrating background. It's like it was going brrr when you was talking.
Stick 'em, ha ha ha. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you could do anything to change or switch that, but no, that's interesting. I mean, that adds that adds weight to the story that don't get talked about as much. That the chicks trying to get on to the point to where they asking dudes who just there at the party, "Are you a director? Are you in the industry? Are you this? Are you that?" You say no, they walk away. You say yeah, you're probably going to get some oral sex performed on you. It's like, so yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you got lawnmower Mike. You got lawnmower Mike situation going on right there. So definitely try to correct that. But go ahead. What you got on these subjects?
All right. So shout out to Sub Zero first of all, because Sub Zero talked about this on your show. I want to say maybe a year or two ago, and y'all laughed at him. Y'all laughed at him. I didn't because I
Wait,
knew
hold
the
on, real
comment
quick.
was.
What are you using? What are you speaking through?
I got this. I got these Beats headphones.
Like that's the microphone. The headphones is what you listen through. What are you speaking to?
I'm speaking through the Beats.
Oh, they got the little thing that come down. They got the mouthpiece part. Okay, all right, go ahead. But it's a little rumbling. It's a little
Use the
rumbly. But go ahead.
speakerphone, bro. Use the speaker on the phone, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might as well. I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
I do that, and that shit sound really bad. All that is that's this Florida internet, man. That's this Florida Wi-Fi is janky. I think they bought it over with the Cubans. So and yeah, I can make that joke. So if you all in the audience are getting offended, well, fuck you. Excuse my language, but
I'm on your side, bro. You kind of turning me on. That's my fetish. You ever talk to a girl while you're on the phone with a man, and every time it's her turn to talk, you hit it harder? That's exactly how she sounds, like she's talking in a fan. That's my fetish, trying to get girls caught up. You go, boy.
Shit. Shit. Hey, but Sub-Zero talked about this on your show, Bernard, about a year or two ago, and people laughed at him.
Talked about
I
what?
didn't
Talked about what?
talked about the Chuck and Larry thing. Talked about the whole thing with guys identified as a woman just to get certain benefits, and when they don't get them, suing because of how everything is set up. It's perfect. Guys need to really start doing that. If there's a scholarship or a promotion at work that you can't get because they're setting it aside for a woman, identify on paper as a woman, apply for it. And if you don't get it, sue. The whole thing.
Bro, hold on. This is in the backdrop of a dude who's saying, marry a man for the tax benefits.
I'm getting there. Let me land the plane, Bernard. Let me land the plane.
I know. Yeah. Well, look, I gotta say, like your audio, it is bad, man.
All right, let me go. I'm gonna go switch it up, and I'm gonna switch it up and probably break out the mic kit. So I'll drop down. I'll come back, but we're gonna talk about
I
this.
guarantee. Wow. So all right, I got somebody who actually want to talk about it. I listened to it on the fly, and I was like, because when I listened to it on the fly, I was doing something else. I thought it was funny, and I thought that it could have possibly been that he could have possibly been serious, or either just been gay but trying to figure out a way to mask the gayness or whatever. But then once I listened to it just now, I was like, nah, this is he just being funny. He legit just trying to be funny. But now Royce J. Go ahead.
It's crazy because I was just having a conversation with my friend this morning, and we were talking about how sus boomers were, like that 1970s porn that you stole from your uncle when you was a kid, and that if a joke were 1970s porn, it would be that dude calling in talking about he want a husband for the tax benefits, but I'm not gay. Like that's the most androgynous thing I've heard in 2023.
Yeah, that's wild. It's like I was about to say something about it, but the more I listened to him, I couldn't take the shit seriously. So it is a little shocking. It is a little shocking. Royce J taking it serious. Captain Cisco in the building, dropping $2 on it. He's asking me, do I have any XRP? I had some. It might have been a little one. I mean, nothing significant to the point
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
Nothing significant to the point to where I don't even check. It's just a very, very insignificant amount. So I ain't even paying attention. I don't even know if it went up or went down. So I don't even know why you're asking. But yeah. Shit. What was I on? Hold on, let me just look at the comments. Androgyny. That's what they're after. That's what who's after. Yeah, see, here's the deal. There's a such thing as the woke lefties, the wokeness, I should say. There's a such thing as the wokeness trying to normalize certain things. And when I see them trying to normalize certain things on the woke side of it, and then black men get roped into that stuff, that I normally want to respond to it, but that shit was just looking like it was just too much of a joke. And I did see the white dude in his truck, and yeah, his shit was funnier and definitely read more like a joke, or I'd say more like a better joke. And now we can hear you good, and you got some hissing going on in the background.
What about now?
But no, what you got going now, we definitely take that. We'll definitely take that. Well, go ahead.
All right. Getting back to what I was saying earlier. This really points back to something that Sub-Zero talked about on your show.
Are you sure that was Sub-Zero or just Zero?
It might have been Zero.
Okay, it was just zero.
In fact, I think it was zero. And zero talked about one of the things he talked about was identifying as a woman for purposes of taking advantage of certain set asides, certain affirmative action things, certain just certain things like that. You put in for a promotion at work that they're having set aside for a woman. You identify as a woman on paper, and if you don't get it, sue. Going to the marriage thing, this takes me back to that movie. I Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, where these were two straight guys who one had kids. He had a bunch of kids that he needed help taking care of. I guess because the wife died or something like that. And he had this buddy that had I guess he had better insurance or something, and they faked a they did like a quote unquote gay marriage in order to get those benefits, to have those benefits extend to the kids. Now, setting aside everybody's religious and moral norms about what marriage is, let's point to the discussion of marriage being a business. And if you listen to how people talk, out of one side of their mouth, they'll talk about, oh, it's a union between God and Adam and Eve. And then on the other side, you get married because you got benefits and stuff, which is what the LGBTQ community did. They saw certain benefits. They saw certain things that they wanted, that you could only get through marriage. And that's why they pushed marriage. That's why they wanted the marriage. It's not just so somebody could threaten to take half your stuff and stop having sex with you, which is what happens in heterosexual marriages. But they saw certain other tax benefits. They saw certain health and insurance benefits that they wanted. And what I'm saying is that this guy sees the same thing, and he says, listen, let's have what the lead attorney refers to as a soft marriage, where you can go do what you do, I can go do what I do, but on paper we'll be married so I can have some insurance to help me with these kids. And I think the idea is genius. Despite what people say, they, like I said, they get on their moral and religious high grounds. When you look at it in a amoral, when you look at it objectively, you could do that in order to secure certain things that you need. Because being married is not going to stop people from doing what they want to do anyway, because people show you that every day, that they largely do what they want to do. So I think the ideal of that, and also to strip away some of these unjust, gender biased family court laws, we need to actually start seeing more same sex relationships and put those relationships in courts.
Is anybody else hearing what I'm hearing here? I'm looking at the comments. That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine.
Like,
but
bruh.
But getting back to what I'm saying, same-sex marriages is actually going to reform a lot of these unjust family court laws. You don't have to be. Listen, nobody says
how.
You have to
how?
be.
How? All right, and I got to start interrupting. How? What do you mean? How?
Because there's no weaker sex in a same-sex marriage, Bernard. You yourself talk about the violence in same-sex lesbian relationships in the black community.
Hold on. So you're saying there's no weaker sex?
There's no weaker
in a
sex
same-sex marriage
because there's no violence against women. There's no violence against women if you have two women together.
That's only a benefit. That's only a benefit if you're already like tomato when it comes to being with a man or being with a woman. Like, what are you talking about?
Again, it's benefits, it's strategy.
What benefit?
Bernard, you got to get outside of the whole idea.
No, bruh. You talking about marrying a man?
You're talking about what you're talking about is manipulating the system to do what you needed to do.
What is it that you need? What do you need? Hold on, real quick, dirty folks. What is it that you need the system to do that's going to be so benefit that marrying a man on paper somehow squares that for you?
Well, first of all, let me make this clear. This is not for me. I'm already married. I already got sand at the beach. But what I'm saying is, because there are certain benefits right now that you can only get that if you're married. There are certain things that have only been extended to same-sex marriages, which are privileges. In order to take advantage of some of those privileges, claim the status. It's like what they're doing in Hollywood right now.
Again, my problem is that you said that when you said there's no benefit, I mean, there's no weaker sex in a same-sex marriage. Like, you're talking about a relationship ending and going through a divorce, which means you're talking about the relationship aspects of it and not just the benefits. That's where you stepped out. That's where you stepped out of the path of just talking about the benefits. Go ahead.
I got a solution. No, I got a solution. Because I'm here for you. Because I'm tired of these 1970s too close for comfort, Three's Company conversations. I told you I already had a conversation with my boy about 1970s. Sus ass boomers. Marry yourself. Marry yourself. That's a marriage to the same sex. Marry you. You marry you, and then you sign yourself off on your taxes. Like, didn't what's name just divorce herself? Maya fine ass. Maya just divorced herself.
I know she. I know she married herself. I don't know if she.
Yeah, she just got divorced last year. I guess she got tired of herself. But you know what I'm saying? Marry yourself. All these fat black chicks doing it, all on the beach. They got bridesmaids and shit. Marry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Problem solved.
The only thing about marrying yourself, it's not legally recognized in a court of law. You have to marry another person. Now we have it where you can marry a person of the same sex, but it has to be another person. So that's the only issue I would have with that part of the conversation. But these Barillas are marrying themselves all over the place, and maybe if that's recognized.
Look, I would marry myself. I would marry myself, but I'll tell you why I marry myself. I have a very
who you said the Barilla? What did you say?
All these black big burly bareback
Barillas, yeah.
Yeah, all these big burly bareback.
You saying they marrying each other?
No,
yeah,
themselves.
They're marrying themselves. They're marrying themselves.
Having a one-person wedding. Here's why I would marry myself. Because I'm a player, and I know that nothing attracts women more than sleeping with a married man. So I got a fake wedding ring right now. I walk around. I'll be like, "Yo, I'm married."
Hey,
Man,
Dirty.
we get all the girls.
Hey, Dirty. You got to put that behind the paywall. They ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that.
No.
You understand what I understand. The rest of the people ain't ready for that.
No, I think what people wasn't ready for is the shit that you were saying before. that's what people are rightfully not ready for.
Some people are ready for it because you just had a guy call into the Kendra G show. Because I've said this before.
Okay, here's the problem.
The general consensus was that it was a level of trolling. It's like okay, I'm about to play this. I see Free Zone Lou down there. I'm about to play a clip of a white dude doing it. He made the same exact argument in the same exact way, and I think people caught the humor a little better with this one. Hold on.
Okay, so I've decided I'm looking for a husband. Now hear me out. Hear me out. I'm looking for a straight man that would like to get married to another straight man. You can date any woman you want to. You can have many girls you want to. I don't care. I'll never bitch about it. I don't care. I just want a joint, 2-income household. Honestly, I'll remodel the house. I'll make it have 2 master bedrooms. I don't care. And as far as I'm concerned, you can have the master bedroom now. I'll remodel the house and then take it when it's done because we'll have 2 incomes. We can afford it. A couple things would be nice. It'd be nice if you had a boat. That'd be cool. But if not, don't care. We'll buy one. You and I, buddy. You and I. We will buy one together. We will have some nice shit. That's what we're going to do. Guess what? Holidays roll around. You don't have to buy me anything. Nothing. Not for my birthday, not for Valentine's, Christmas, nothing. Let's just go have a couple beers. Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound really, really nice? No bitching, no complaining. Holidays roll around. Let's go get a couple beers. You know? Anything. Anything. You don't have a motorcycle? You could ride one of mine. I don't care. We'll go get you one. We can afford it. It'd be nice if you cleaned up around the house. That'd be cool. But you know what? Don't care. We can get a maid. We can afford it. We'll pay a little extra, have her clean topless. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be nice. Guess what? No bitching. Don't care. You won't care. I won't care. It should be nice. It'd be nice to have some nice things and not have to deal with all the shit that goes along with a normal marriage. I'm okay with that. I just want the tax benefits. I want the 2-income household and none of the problems that come along with marrying someone of the opposite sex. You can, like I said, date whoever you want to, as many as you want to. You bring them over, guess what? Pow, high five, good for you. She's a pretty girl. Guess what? Pow, high five, she's an ugly girl. Don't kill, don't care. Kill's a kill. That's the way it works out. Don't care what you do. I don't. Stay out all night long. Drunk as shit. Don't care. Come home whenever you want to. Don't care. Don't come home. Don't care. Don't care. I'm not going to burn your stuff. I'm not going to get jealous. I'm not going to mess with anything. It's just going to be nice, isn't it? Now that you hear me out a little bit, doesn't that sound like, well, you know what? He's got a pretty damn good point. You want to wash car parts in the dishwasher? Don't give a shit. Don't care. I will understand that. But like, you know what? They got to get clean. You got to put them on. It's got to be right before you put that motor back together. Guess what? I'll help you. You know what? I'll do the weed eating. You do the mowing, or vice versa. Don't care. Most of the time, I have to do all of it. All of it. Both as a man, we know we have to do all that shit. Guess what? We'll split it. We'll split it. Or we'll hire a lawn service. We can afford it now. Doesn't that sound nice? You're starting to come around to my side of this, aren't you? Anyways, very soon I got to get my affairs in order, and I'm going to be looking for a husband. So I'll put a post out there. Get with me.
I'm telling you, it's going to catch on. He's
No,
not the first.
No, it's not.
Bruh,
It's going to catch
what he
on.
described was a roommate that he talking about marrying a roommate on paper for tax benefits. The tax benefits ain't enough.
What do you think that movie Chuck and Larry? That's what that's about.
No,
it's done in jest back then, but it's going to become a thing. Trust me.
It's not.
The hell with that. The only thing I can say, I can see a situation where the economy and shit get flipped upside down to the point to where, just like it's okay for grown ass women in their mid 30s to be living together because it's better to split rent and save a little more money. It may become socially acceptable for some men to do that for, we just gonna split rent and split these bills and shit, and then that way we both can save more money and then be better off, 5-10 years later when we go do whatever we want to do. I could see that. Getting married on paper, that's where the major pause comes in, and that's where I don't know how we just don't look at that as just a good comedy bit that he did. He's like, stay out late as you want. I don't care. The fact that he's saying that lets you know it's a goddamn comedy bit. But so I didn't think I would be able to find one person on my channel who would take it serious. But
out of the three we heard, you, sir, are the one that's getting clipped because you believe that shit. The other two, like I get it, man. The argument.
I believe it's going to be a thing.
The argument is sound, but the reality of it is cringe as fuck. Nobody should ever do it, no matter how good it sounds.
The reality of two grown men marrying for love is cringe to me.
Wait. No, the idea of a man marrying a woman and thinking a woman love him back is cringe to me. Only men can love in the first place. What he described to me was what I say on my channel. Only men can build, women interior decorate. He's looking for a man to build with, save a couple of dollars, make a couple of moves. I don't know who's gonna clean the crib. He said they're gonna get a housekeeper.
No, but here's the thing. I support the idea. I don't like it and I wouldn't do it, but I'm saying, look, from what I hear in New York and LA, it'd be costing $3,000 in rent for a 1-bedroom hole in for hopefully two dudes ain't in 1 bedroom, but for a 2-bedroom hole in the wall. So if the economy get in a place where dudes are on some, hey, we about to get on some roommate shit. We about to pile in here like some Mexicans and save some money. I'm not gonna knock that. I'm not gonna knock that. You can't convince me that the married filing jointly status is that damn beneficial to where you gonna get married on paper to a goddamn man. I can't believe that this is being
Listen,
even
Bernard, you
it
got
Nah,
guys.
this is terrible.
it started as a joke.
That's because you guys are thinking with your feelings
Hey, no,
instead of
this is
thinking at the
well, no,
strategy behind it all.
Some jokes shouldn't be taken seriously.
no. This is how my day is going. Today is a baby boomer man day to me because this is the script of Bosom Buddies. Remember Bosom Buddies with Tom Hanks and the other? It's the
Thank
same
you.
thing without the cross
Thank
dressing.
you.
But that's boomer stuff. We passed the boomer. We 3 generations past the boomers now, sir. We're
The
not doing that.
Gen X did it with Chuck and Larry.
All right, free zone. Damn it, I want a free zone
You all right, Bernard?
to try to say a little more. He just dropped. I don't know if he dropped down or got booted, but I did want to hear another sane voice on this one.
Look, man, I can't. Look, I'm not even going to debate this. This is too asinine to debate, man. Like,
Yes,
this wasn't the one I thought would be the talking topic. I thought we'd talk about the little sexy midget. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Yeah, but shout out to Sir Tice in the building. Says in the 2000s, I used to wear a band when going in interviews that said the video. He said that said the video of the dude wanting a husband sounds and looks suspect as fuck. Spoof or not? Salute BR, dirty folks, and Royce. Yeah. My first initial thought is that it was some suspect stuff trying to masquerade as not suspect, but he's still putting the beacon, putting his little signal out there for any gay dude listening. But he don't got to show his face and say he gay. I thought it was that, but when I just listened to it live on the air, I was like, nah, this is a troll.
You to loan me $10. I know you got $10.
Yeah, I got it. You know why I got it? Because I don't throw my money away on them streets.
Shout out to Sir Tice in the building with the $10 super chats. Shout out, she said the golden boys, like the golden girls.
Right. These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
Look, I ain't gonna be broken down to that point, but I can see I could see a possible economy. And by the way, okay, you got another funny. I could see a possible economy where dudes is like, man, look, we about to be in here like some Mexicans and stack our paper so we can beat this little economy or recession or whatever's going on. And that's just that. I can see that being a possibility. That married filing jointly status is not benefiting two people that damn much.
I roll with Jackie on that one. That's like college dorms. You know what I'm saying? About 3 other guys you don't know when y'all become friends and go in the quad together. I don't want to relive that, but
look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. A lot of stuff that we look at is, oh no, that could never happen, or that's ridiculous. It's going to happen. Like if they do reparations, like what they're doing in California with reparations, for example. They're supposed to be giving reparations to black citizens, I guess about LA County or something like that. So something to that effect. What's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of white people popping up saying, well, hey, my great-grandfather or my great-grandmother was black and she was a slave, and therefore I am entitled to these benefits as well. They already did it with the $5 Indian.
About to say the $5 Indian argument, or even saying that you want to hang out with the blacks, identify as black because they're the winning team or whatever. That is totally different, sir, than me being like, you know what, you my dog, man. Let's go get married. You know, I'm not going, bro.
Look, man. If you got women with kids saying, listen, I got all these kids, and it's just me and you, Larry. Listen, bring in Tabitha so she can help me with these kids.
Okay. Hold on, real quick. Women are ahead of the game on that, and I'm not saying men need to play that game, but when it comes to like Okay, it was a chick that I used to mess with. She shit. I don't even want to get no detail. But anyway, no, she posted the shit on Facebook. Anyway, all right. So yeah, so basically what she was trying to do is like get something set up where basically women, single mothers with children that basically live together. Like she wanted to, basically bring all their incomes and their kids under the roof, and then that way you always got a babysitter and y'all can work and y'all could do this and y'all alternate and y'all flip and y'all basically work together in tandem. Basically, like it wasn't, they wouldn't talk about marrying each other, but as far as single women with kids moving in together and making a de facto family out of it,
the de facto marriage
yeah,
without the paper.
Okay.
they be on that. All right.
But here's the thing with that.
Go ahead.
The thing with that is, honestly, it will work better. That scenario will work better for men than women, because number one, women don't get along. Number two, women are not clean. You're not going to show me 4 women and one of them might be clean and she's going to be nagging the other 3. And number 3, they don't like their children. If they could do all that number 4, which could be number 1, if they could cooperate with 4 other women, they could have cooperated with one of their baby daddy. So it's no way in the world that would work.
That was the content. Hold on, that was the content, because I didn't want to talk about it because I knew the person that was that created the website and everything, but I just sent it to Game Changer and let him go on it, and that was basically the argument. They're talking about cooperating with each other, and if y'all going to cooperate with each other, if y'all could pull off that feat of putting 4 women with 2 women, 3 women, 4 women with separate with separate kids and put all that in one house and make it work and cooperate, you can't tell me that you couldn't cooperate with one goddamn man. No way possible.
And it wouldn't work without.
Oh, we still back on this? Goddamn.
Yeah. No, we on something else.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. No, free zone. I didn't even fully get what you was on, what you was talking about. I didn't fully get what you well, when you said we still on this, what you talking about?
Oh, I had a phone call. I didn't know we were still on the whole 2 dudes shacking up together conversation. I thought we moved on.
Oh, kind of. Well, we talking about how women be doing it and all kind of stuff. I didn't even get your full shot or whatever you came on. I mean, hell, you took the link, so whatever you wanted to say. But real quick, Clue Channel in the building says that was sus. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Do appreciate that. And real quick before I go back to you, Free Zone Lou, Sodomy and Chicken in the building says guys used to play gay to avoid the to avoid the draft during the Korea in Vietnam.
Sure did.
He says some actually.
That's a fact. Yeah, they did.
Sure they did.
Hold on. Some actually did the deed. Like, what did they have to do? Go before the drafting committee and take one up? like how did they prove that they were gay?
That move.
You better just have to state that he's gay. They don't know. You can't bring somebody in and make them prove it. Like, I want to. How did that test work?
I want to say that there was a movie Stripes where Pauly Shore, he claimed that he was gay to his company commander and his first sergeant, and so they brought him in the office and they brought another soldier in and said, "Oh, you gay and you want to get out? Okay, kiss this guy in the mouth." So he
laid one on him. Did he lay one on him?
No, he couldn't do it. But with people claiming gay to get out of the military, that was a big thing when I first got in. And then what's his name? Clinton flipped the script, and it became don't ask, don't tell. So yeah, that used to happen. Now I know with the Army, it's all rainbow now.
And on top of that, the Navy. On top of that, not to cut you off, bro, but what about MASH? Remember they had the guy that was faking gay the whole time and he still got drafted? Yeah, Klinger. He wore dresses for the whole 5 seasons and he never got out, yo.
On MASH, yeah.
On MASH, yeah.
I vaguely remember MASH. I mean, it used to be on. I used to hate it, but I bet I like it if I went back and watched it now. But yeah, Sodomy and Chicken in the building. $5 super chat says he is correct. Flip it back on the social justice warriors when I tell them I'm non-binary.
Exactly.
If you're if you're fouling for trying to get some type of benefit or some kind, I don't even know it's all out there for them. We be talking about it, but I don't be really paying attention. But whatever is out there for them, whatever, like if it's a if you got to be a triple minority, you got to be a black, female, lesbian, albino in order to get a job, then yeah, just identify with one on paper. Identify as one on paper, and then if they tell you you're not, and then clutch your pearls and get all offended, and then they got to give you that job. Okay, and
Hit
then
that check, hit that ghetto lottery.
But I do that. I do that on all my social media platforms and on Facebook. I'm a non-binary lesbian on everything, and I'm a veteran because I'm from Chicago. So I did 8 tours of Chirac. I put all that down.
Oh, baby.
But so I mean, I understand that, but no, the line is definitely drawn on marrying a man on paper. But
somebody is bound to cross it, Bernard. Somebody
no,
is bound to cross it.
that's where the line must be drawn in the sand.
Somebody is bound to cross that line. Lines are made to be crossed, Bernard.
No, not
Go
that.
ahead and cross it, man. Go ahead and cross it.
No.
Have fun. Have at
Like
it.
I said, I'm married. I'm good. I'm already married.
Don't try to send other people to that.
Oh
slaughter.
yeah, that's even worse, man. Now you really, I got to clip you, bro. I got to clip you. You getting clipped?
Go ahead.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
I don't care. It's the strategy. You don't.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I know what you're saying.
People get married every day that don't love each other. All the time. There's no obligation to love the person you are married to. There's nowhere in the marriage laws in this country that it says you have to be in love with the person you marry. There's nothing on the books that says you have to have sex with the person you're married.
Hey,
In fact,
I know that by watching married couples.
Thank you. You want to? That's why I supported gay marriage when it first came out. Because
I ain't say that.
Hold on. I was like, who am I to get in the way of somebody else being miserable, not having sex, and having somebody threatening to take half their shit? You know, who am I to get in the way of that? If that's what you want to do, then go do it. And married people, gay people, they figured out whatever benefit it was that they saw in marriage, and that's what they pushed for. Because other than that, the gay lifestyle was a way to get out of all of that bullshit. But
no, it wasn't a way to get out of it. It wasn't a way to get out of it.
Look, back in the day, Bernard, if somebody told you they were gay back in the day, you didn't talk marriage to them. If they told you they were gay back in the day,
taking that extra step of being gay to get out of it, it was just it was a coincidence, like not a coincidence. If you happened to be gay, then you couldn't get married. Then you didn't have to deal with the problems that came with marriage. But you didn't be straight and say, okay, I'm gonna go and be gay just so I don't have to, no, you could just if you be a man and be with a woman and just don't marry her if you don't want to deal with the bullshit of marriage.
Let me ask you a question.
No. Wait, let me say this. Wait. The reason that gay people wanted to get married wasn't really for the benefits of marriage. It's because they can't read. So they used to have to do 5 forms. No, for real. They used to have to do 5 forms in order to be what they call them, something partners, life partners, or something like that. And you have to try to get on the health insurance. You have to get their power of attorney in case they have an accident. It was a lot of paperwork involved to get the same benefit that you only sign one sheet of paper on a marriage certificate. They just couldn't read. That's all that was, and it was more expensive because the lawyers would run through it instead of just $50 at county or whatever. Like that, but they were trying to marry for benefits and for love. I
think it was more of that. They wanted to normalize being gay, and it can't be normalized if straight people can do something that they can't do. So they wanted to get married, and it was the love aspect of it. I don't think it was about the benefits of being married. I don't think that's
well, let me interject with this, Bernard. Think about this. Gay people wanted to get married to someone of the same sex, which was illegal for everyone in the country, gay or not. So when they got same-sex marriage as being legal, it was a privilege. It became a privilege because now they have an extra right that other people don't exercise.
I don't think it was about the gay people though.
No, I've heard that argument. I don't buy that argument.
Hey, real quick before I think about deciding to go. Was there any consideration that the police wife's husband was just probably a cuck? Maybe he held the camera while they
without a
busted
doubt.
down.
There's no
Without a
doubt in my
doubt.
mind, bro.
Without a
No
doubt.
doubt in my
Okay,
mind.
okay,
We are
cool,
all
cool.
on the same page with that.
Here's
All right.
here's the thing with that, bro. For men, love is duty. For women, love is a feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for him, he loves that bus. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know dudes who marry heroin addicts and they love that dope fiend. I'm like, I could even deal with it.
I got a cousin married to a crackhead right now. Love her dirty draws.
So for him, it's love. She can do no wrong. For her, it's the comfort of having a man to take out the garbage or whatever he does. But he's definitely a
Mm-hmm.
cuck. He's definitely a cuck.
Yeah. And
So
I just think the wrong people found out, and this is the cover story. I mean, that's really all it is.
Yeah,
She loved every moment. She has no regrets.
she did
She
exactly what she wanted to do.
she has
yeah.
one regret. She got fired. She has one regret.
Exactly. That's the only regret
Okay,
she
yeah,
got.
that's one.
She got
That's one.
caught. She got caught, and
She
she's
ain't
got
mad
to
she
pay
got caught.
consequences.
She ain't mad she got caught. She mad she got fired. I'm mad she got everybody else fired.
Exactly. Me too.
I think that she was
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a beautiful person, a free spirit. That's what girls call it when they sleep with everybody, right? I think she was a free spirit. She probably got chakra rocks. You know what I'm saying? And she was just out there living her life. She was being free. She was blossoming as a woman, and she didn't understand that you can't do that on company time.
Right.
Right.
Hey. Yep.
Yep. That's wild. That is wild. That is wild. I saw the McIntyre ask kind of. You said the title is kind of grown and be groomed, and you said, "What are we talking about now?" You don't see the thumbnail. We was talking the original topic. The original topic was the woman, the police officer, the chick they was just talking about. The police officer chick that said she was groomed by her superior officers to have sex with all 5 of them over a period of time. Yeah, that was the original topic. But the sub note topic we was talking about is a video that is going around. 2 people did it so far, where guys, in my opinion, were being funny, trolling / trying to be funny, saying that they want to marry a man for the tax benefits or whatever and whatnot. That's how we ended up into this. And so yeah, that's how we
Going
ended up
down the rabbit hole.
no, you going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You was just
Yeah.
Let's
Not
go down the rabbit hole.
not to get on the not to get on the second topic, but I think that here's the part I'm mad about the whole thing. I'm mad that she didn't even care to fake it. Like the last string of scandals that have been happening, these women aren't even faking it anymore. They're just with the stone face, with the they don't even pretend to pretend. With the tears, with the napkin, with the Charmin, with the look to the side, the run off the camera, I can't finish the story, it's too much. Like she didn't even try to. She's just like straight face. Everybody knows this is a show. Everybody knows you lying. You ran through the department. It is what it is. But she couldn't even sell it.
I agree with that, bro.
But
Real quick, man. Real quick.
She was bold and go ahead.
No, I just want to thank Eric for clarifying because MASH came on. I was a kid. That's when you had to go to bed when MASH came on. He said Klinger wore clothes so he could be discharged for being crazy. He wasn't trans or gay. I just remember the dress. I was, what I'm saying, like as an adult, you think back on things you saw as a child. They were still boomers though. That was some boomer stuff. But all right, go ahead, bro.
Well, I'll say this much. She felt comfortable enough to say what she said because how society is set up and how there's always an escape hatch. There's always a parachute for women in the decisions that they make. Her knowing this, it made her comfortable enough to say, oh, I got groomed by these guys to do that. And the thing about it is, just like you all say it's crazy for guys to want to get married just for benefits and stuff, she is able to say that because she knows she is going to get some support. So that's it made her comfortable to do that, and that's a reflection on what's going on right now in society.
Here's the problem with that. And I believe this. I'm going to mingle what you said to the third topic that I don't really want to address again. I think a lot of the marriage thing is because women don't want to get married. Black women hate marriage the most. They hate family the most. So every decade, the marriage rate goes down 10% for black women. So you went from, y'all love to talk about the 1950s. 1950s, it was 80%, 1960, 70, 1970, 60. Now we're at 26%, but that's because the boomers are still alive. For people who still have a menstrual cycle, it's only 9% of women that got married. So that's
Wow.
plus, so that's by 2030, it'll only be 2% of black women that's married, and that's with a plus minus 2%. So it could be as high as 4 and as low as 0 new marriages because they really hate you. You love them. Y'all have all type of panels about them, and then they be like, "Yo, Dirty must really hate these chicks." I hate who hates me. I got enough sense to gang bang against the person that hates me. So
what we doing get called gender banging, so we banging. So don't try to say when we bang that it's love, and when you do it, it ain't love. Like that's why I be getting mad at you when you throw that y'all out there. You try to shit on everybody else and raise yourself up, but you doing the same shit.
No, I was talking about somebody in the chat. Somebody in the comments. Not you. Not you. Detroit, Detroit, Chicago niggas, we equally toxic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's baked in the cake, baby.
But yeah, so it's so few that in order to even keep the institution going, you got to let these goofy ass girls marry each other and let the gays marry each other, and you have to redefine things like palimony and stuff like that just to have a semblance of the institution because they really hate family.
Yeah. Damn it. You said it was something you said. Shit, I kind of forgot what I wanted to say. But you said you gotta let the oh no, well, no, yeah, I gotta crunch the numbers on that one on the whole when you take away the boomers, because I think in a little bit we're gonna see just how much marriage is not really that much of a thing in society. Like we gonna see that, like give it 20 years when the boomers die. 20 years. I hate to say that too. Well, I know you don't mind, but
I hate my parents are boomers, and my parents are still alive.
I know. You know what? I just started doing the math, trying to figure out if my mom a boomer. I'm 40, she's 60. So
it checks out.
I don't know if she's a boomer.
I mean, logically, it
anyway.
checks out. Like if you think about just the men that say they can't get married, and then the women that say they don't want to get married, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
Yeah, every girl declined 2 or more marriage proposals, and they brag about that. So they really don't want marriage. They just like to complain. So
it's the girls versus boys thing. That's all it is. It's done in an adult capacity nowadays. It's ill boys, ill girls. That it's all that is now. It's the adult version that we're experiencing now in these in social media.
What? It's never been ill boys though. It's always been ill girls because girls couldn't do anything until the single mothers turned the boys into girls. But it was always girls were the ones that said, "Show me yours, I show you mine." Girls always liked boys. Boys didn't like girls because girls were boring and boys kind of come out asexual, like you just want to play on the park. You know what I'm saying? Like we know you girls and we can't hit you back, but we just doing our thing. So I think all this is since women really saw men for resource, because that's what you were taught, right? It's your job to provide and protect. So now they need protection from you. That's why you gotta have a parole officer. And they got a job they can provide for themselves, but they don't see the usefulness in you unless they need somebody to kill a spider or take out the garbage. They marginalize who you are and it's y'all fault because y'all give away everything that they really want. You want
making life easy for them.
right. You want sex. Girls don't care about their body. They put anything in their body. Vegetables, electronic equipment. They put anything in their body. They don't care about their body. What girls care
Dudes
about.
dudes ain't ready for that conversation about how many vegetables and stuff in that produce section that actually it's a
All the
So
cucumbers ain't getting cut up.
Yeah, it's some cucumbers and that one thing. I forgot what it's called.
Eggplants.
Not the
Yeah.
eggplant. It's this one is like some little tan type of color. Is
the gourd, a squash or something.
yeah. Those no, those things be getting put to use. Like a lot of dudes don't know that. It's a video, and the chick probably was just playing, but she was like picking up different she was picking up different vegetables, and she was like, you could tell she was sizing it up.
Why does this smell like this? Why does this smell like this? Y'all ever see that video with the African dude? He was eating a cucumber and he was smelling it. He was sniffing it and eating his and saying, "Why does this smell like this?" And he was saying, "This tastes funny." But yeah, that's.
I haven't seen that one, but I do know this. I know that the main thing that women want a man for is to argue, and y'all give them free arguments on social media. So y'all really need to put one out.
Emotional tampons.
Yeah, that's why I charge girls $40, man. If a girl want to argue with me, I charge her 40. If you want 40 for sex, I want 40 for argument.
That is the purpose of gay dudes hanging out with women. They are the emotional tampons, and those men are gathering intelligence.
Those men are setting those girls up for failure because girls are dumb.
Yes, they're gathering intelligence. They're seeing what their strengths and weaknesses are, and then they're coming on YouTube making videos talking about why they would make better partners for men than women. We saw it. We saw it not too long ago with the what's that dude? The Umar dude.
Umar Johnson.
That guy made a whole video talking about how trans women are better than regular women, and that's basically because they sit up and they gather intelligence and they say all these chicks are falling short on this. We can do this better than them,
and I agree
that's
with
what
them.
they're doing.
I agree with them, and I've always agreed with them. People say that sounds sus, but trans men are better at being black women than black women. They're not better black women. They're not women. They're better at being black women than black women because black women act like trans men. They dress like trans men. They have aggressive attitude like trans men. What they need is to listen.
They're the perfect BT 1000.
I reject the premise. I reject the premise. I do. I do.
Look, I don't say women. I just say black women because black women want to be manly as shit. Women are still women. Then it's Keisha. I don't know what the fuck Keisha and HR be doing.
I don't care what they do. I don't care how they dress it up. It's no. I know y'all not saying, but well, okay, put it like this. It's nothing. It's a dude acting like a woman is a dude acting like a woman. It's just that's all to it. I'm not even going to entertain if they're doing something better. It's like that's just weird. Most of them don't get the surgery. It's a dude. It's a dude with a dick and balls and a wig.
I agree.
No other way around.
We agree with that. We agree.
I agree with that. Okay, let me rephrase it. Trans gentlemen are better at acting as trans gentlemen than women are, because that's how black girls act like trannies. So
only thing that you could say is the dudes that present as women is that they actually try to emulate being feminine. But in the women that are actually women, a lot of them don't even give two shits. But either way it go, it don't matter. The guy pretending to be a woman don't gain a single solitary point, or shouldn't gain a single solitary point in the mind of a straight man. I don't care how good or how bad his act is. It's no point is being gained. That's where I'm at. That's why I say it's pointless to even talk about their performance of presenting as a woman. I don't care how good their performance is. They got dick and balls.
We agree with that, Bernard. Nevertheless, it's happening. It's what they're doing, and the thing is, we can't change that. So
I don't care that they're doing.
I'm with you.
It don't matter what they're doing. I don't care if it was a penguin that could do the moonwalk. I
would pay to see that though. I would pay to see
that. I would too. But I'm just saying, it's like
I wouldn't pay for a cabaret show, but I'd pay for a penguin. I'll tell you that.
it's an insignificant action that means nothing. It's like, well, because and that's the argument. That's the thing that they say, that y'all women, y'all gotta be on, y'all don't notice. Y'all see how we, we doing this, we doing that. We can walk in heels and do all the same, the same little dances and stuff that y'all can do. We doing all. It's like
Yeah,
who
that's
gives a shit?
superficial stuff. Yeah, that's
Shaking nuts
superficial
all
stuff.
over the place.
Who,
Yeah, that's
who, who
superficial
yeah,
stuff. I don't care about that.
who gives a shit?
Nobody.
It's like
No.
no,
Nobody in their right
that
mind,
stuff
but a lot
that
of people
stuff.
are not
Nobody
in their
cares.
right mind.
Hold on,
Nobody
wait,
cares about that.
listen. That stuff. Hold on, that stuff is only impressive to a guy who already likes guys. I don't. It's no way you can convince me.
We agree. We
There's no
agree.
way
Oh,
anybody
I
can
I agree
convince
with
me. There's no way
I agree with
anybody.
that.
No. I'm not saying y'all trying to convince me. I'm just saying there's no
No.
way that anybody can convince me that a straight dude can be seriously wooed by a trans woman
Yeah.
and know that this person is a biological male and still go forward because he presented so feminine. Fuck that. That's not possible. You was
agree with
already gay. He was already gay, and there
Oh,
was a way around it.
I agree. I agree.
I agree with you. And no matter how many, how much these girls get on my nerves, coochie is delicious. The what I'm
Yeah.
when I'm saying, sir, and this is, and I'm not gonna beat this horse. All I'm saying, sir, is that when what women want is confirmation bias, right? Because they can't be wrong. They just need to find somebody to tell them that they're right, right? So they need somebody to tell them that if a dude doesn't holler at her, he must be gay because what type of guy passes up coochie? They need to listen to a guy say, girl, your fat ass is special, and anybody be lucky to be with your rotund ass. They need the confirmation. They need a cosign because intrinsically girls hate themselves. So they need
Yeah,
somebody.
exactly. That insecurity they have is it comes baked in the cake. So you're absolutely correct.
Now, Lil Big Nate just said something interesting. He just said something interesting here. Let me make it bigger so I can blow up my screen so I can see it. He says, Bernard Riley, I said on my show, black women don't acknowledge European beauty standards, but they follow the transvestite beauty standards. It's
He has a point.
he's on to something there.
Yeah,
He's on to something.
Minister Jap said the same thing pretty
They
much.
yeah.
And that, you know what, he said it better than me because that's what I was saying. Like when yeah, that's what I'm saying. Little Big Nate, exactly.
Yeah,
They'll look to they probably are looking at the trans women. They like, if this man could do whatever makeup techniques he doing to make himself look like a woman, let me as a woman do that. And so now she got doing all the exaggerated eyebrow, eyelash, eye and lip liner shit. They got all
that
did all that
Jessica Rabbit
exaggerated
prototype.
all those. She sat there and did all that stuff. So that means that that's Lil Big Nate is right. They don't want to follow the so-called European beauty standards, but they'll follow transgender beauty standards. God damn it, that's who
they look to
that's
beat
bars.
their face up. That's who they look to. Yeah.
Wow. Those are some bars right there.
That's bars right there.
That's all true. I don't see the lie.
Yeah, that's bars, man. He nailed that one.
Yeah, he did. Shout out to Lil Big Nate. Make
Shout
sure
out to
y'all
Lil
go
Big
follow
Nate,
him
man.
on Rumble. Go follow him on Rumble. And he probably lost his voice cussing out people on the show yesterday.
I saw the show
Nate
last
be
night,
wilding
man.
out over there on Rumble, man.
Yo, man, Nate is like a Baptist priest. I like Nate, bro, but I be like, God damn, Nate. Like, I want to, man. I have to pay that nigga's tithes, man, because he
Nate is Pastor. Nate is our
man.
version of Pastor Gino.
He missed his calling, man. We got to get that man to church, man.
Yeah, we got to get him set up like Rev X and have him do some fire and brimstone sermons just like Rev X, boy. Because Nate be on he be on it, man. He be on it.
Nate be on it.
But all right, fellas. We about to wrap this thing on up. About to get up out of here. We at the 2-hour mark. Do appreciate each and every one of you for coming your ass on in here today. Do appreciate y'all. it got a little crazy. Got a little crazy. Royce went left on us. You know,
you know I'm going. You know I got to do it, baby. I got to do it.
So yeah, you on the watch list right now. You on the you on the Manosphere FBI watch list. We're gonna keep a close eye. Gotta keep a close eye on you going forward right now.
Hey, I was already on the watch list for telling these guys the reason they keep coming to YouTube, coming to the Manosphere is because they want to get Keisha to act right. It ain't about Claire, it's about Keisha. So they already side-eyed me for that one. So
that's worthy of a slight side eye. Even though the more I talk to some guys, it's true for some. I don't like when somebody try to use that as the broad brush to try to dismiss all the valid points that we saying about women. You just trying to get Keisha to act right. It's like that's what people do when they want to basically dismiss your channel, dismiss or try to throw off your audience. That's one of those, trying to fuck with somebody's channel, trying to get people to not listen to what he's saying. Or so people do that with an agenda, but for some people,
without a doubt.
For some people it is true. For some people it is true that they like dealing with the ratchet chick. Hell, I think Dirty Folks might be one of them. Dirty Folks all about trying to train the ratchet chick to act right. Anyway,
man, I love all my toddlers, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you something. Keisha is fun if you know how to keep Keisha in Keisha's place.
Nope.
The problem is that you got guys, and it's not everybody, but it's a fair number of guys in this space. They want Keisha to become Claire Huxtable when that shit is not gonna happen. But the thing about it is, they still like Keisha because Keisha is sexy. Keisha is a freak. Keisha looks good.
No, I disagree with you. I don't think they want Keisha to become Claire Huxtable. I think the guys who actually, and if we defining Keisha as some hood ratchet chick, basically, the guys who mess with hood ratchet chicks, I think they don't mind them being hood and ratchet. I don't. I think that's part of the appeal. The guys who willfully. So I don't think they're trying to turn her into Claire Huxtable. I think it's guys who just they're failing. It's some guys who do fail at finding a Claire Huxtable. And because I mean, look at the market. It's kind of it's not an overabundance of them, but that don't mean that they want Keisha. Like that guy who's truly wanting a Claire Huxtable, maybe it's a Keisha available to him, but a hood ratchet chick, but I don't think you want a hood. I don't think you're attracted to hood and ratchet and Claire Huxtable.
No, I think
what is all the SBE about? What is all the shame?
Whoa. You acknowledging the validity of that? That's an attack on the whole damn Manosphere. Literally everybody. So
the shame blaming.
We don't acknowledge that bullshit over here.
Here's the problem. The problem is that Claire is really Keisha in today's like Claire died in like 86 whenever they cut the Cosby Show 88. The problem is that these chicks got 14 degrees. They clean up litter with their girls, but they still want to get their back glued out like Stella got her groove back in Jamaica. Like there are no Claires really. There's just Keishas with better resumes. That's the problem.
Yeah, and they want their Keisha to be more like Claire.
But you don't know you got a Keisha till you got a Keisha. I tell people all the time, you don't know a person until sex or money is involved. That's guy or girl. So I don't know how cool you are until we hollering at girls if you cock block me or if you will kill me over a toddler or if money's involved and you don't pay me back. And that goes for girls too. You don't know a person until sex or money is involved. So a lot of times she has a great resume and you listen to her little story, like I like her public persona, and then 3 weeks later you like, God damn, you a Keisha. You know what I'm saying? You said you don't know no women like that, but your sister a stripper. You knew somebody like that. You grew up with her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They all got some hood in them. So it comes out in varying levels, but I still hold my position that
a lot of guys want to go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I still hold my position that that the guys who like to deal with ratchet chicks, they like to deal with ratchet chicks, and they not even turned on. I mean, okay, if a Claire Huxtable type, I mean, if she's a cute, feminine, well-presented woman, then yeah, I mean, any guy gonna be turned on by her. But the guys who mess with the hood chicks, they mess with the hood chicks. It just is what it is. And when it comes to the manosphere, like put it like this: what's going on here when dudes is talk about women? Like it's a counter punch. It's refuting and debunking a lot of the bullshit that women talk about, a lot of the shit that they say, the way that men get put down. We counter the arguments, we refute and we rebut the arguments, and we speak up for men. And so when people try to spin that in any kind of way, saying, "Oh, you just trying to do this or you just want this," they're speaking against men that speak up for men, which means you're kind of uplifting the bullshit narratives that the strags, the feminists, and the other side put out there. That's my biggest issue whenever anybody make one of those arguments of you just trying to you just mad because you can't tame Keisha. Like how does speaking up for men and giving information out there, like for example, what I did here today where we went through the video of the chick claiming she was groomed and debunking and breaking that down and picking at the shreds. Like I don't see how people see content like that and then even make the arguments of of trying to shame women or just you trying to save Keisha or you trying to do this or you trying to do that. It's like nah. It's speaking up for men, and so I that's where my pushback be when people try to make those you just trying to save hoes or you just trying to save Keisha arguments. That's where my pushback be on that.
Bernard, this whole save the community, this
Oh,
whole
are you talking about the B1 sector?
the whole B1 sector, the
Okay,
whole.
hold on. That's them over there. That's not Black Manosphere.
But guess what they do? They keep coming over here. They keep
Okay,
coming over here.
okay, hold on.
They make
Are you,
comments.
wait a minute. Are you talking about the Black Manosphere or are you talking about its detractors?
What I'm talking
You
about.
do make a distinction between the two, right?
Yes, but that being said, they still come over in Manosphere spaces. They leave
argue.
comments. They hop on panels. They
to argue. To try to convince us to try to convince us that ain't nothing wrong with the women. That's what they come on here for.
And that's what they come over here for. Therefore, putting them over here to have a discussion about that. It's not like they're being blocked out. It's not like they don't have a voice. They come over here and they say what they got to say, and people are listening. That's the thing.
No, they get argued and debated, and whenever anybody come over here talking some bullshit, they get dunked on for the most part. Like no, they like I don't.
And they still come over here. They still come over here. Bernard.
Yes, we come over here and we debate. Just like you came up today saying some shit I disagree with, and we debated. That's how it works.
And guess what? Some guys are there are sitting in the audience going, yeah, you know what? Royce had a point. That's the thing. It's still out there and it's still a part of the conversation. Whether you debunk what's being said or not, it's still out there, and there are still going to be people that are going to they're going to cue into that, and they're going to say, yeah, you know what? That person has a point, and maybe I need to look at this way, or that person's got a point, and I can see that happening. And that's what we're seeing right now.
But that's fine because that's always going to happen. The thing is, those are old narratives anyway. What you're trying to do is give a new narrative. I'll give you a story real quick, and I know Bernard got to go. I'll give you a story real quick. So my name was getting dragged through the mud. I mean, through the mud, right? Because I'm an asshole I may be, but I do good business, right? So I used to sleep with the aspiring models. I have no shame on that. And I ended up doing a movie with my boy Jay Davis. I ended up doing a movie, and I had a scene with an R&B dude who we cool now. He in my commercials and everything, but we didn't know each other. We knew who each other were, but we didn't know each other. And we at the movie premiere. We didn't have a scene together or anything in the movie. We both at this movie premiere, and it's packed. The whole spot is packed, and the only seat available is by this little Hispanic woman. And I sit next to her, and this dude just come up on me like, "Hey, homie, you better get up." And I'm looking like, "You got me fucked up." He was like, "Yo, that's my wife. I respect marriage." I got up. I'm like, "Whatever." He tell his wife, he said, "Yo, that's Oak." So she like, "Oh, I heard about you. All these girls hate you. What you be doing to them?" I say, "Man, I make them show up to do what they gave me two holes to do." Right? So she was like, I was like, "Yo," I say, "Man, if you listen to them, they telling you that I'm mean, that I ain't shit. They saying all that, but they don't say I do bad business. They mad at me because if I tell you got to be at the shoot at 3 o'clock, you need to be at the shoot at 3 o'clock. Not at 4:30. You need to be at 3 o'clock. They want to do what they want to do. They think they divas and they ain't did shit. So she asked me a question. She said, "Well, why do you sleep with them?" And I said, "Because dudes masturbate to these chicks. These chicks get 150 likes for saying good morning. Everybody want to sleep with these chicks, and I sleep with these chicks for free. You think I ain't going?" So, 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 off that, my boy started laughing. He my boy now, but he started laughing. He was like, "Yo, I get you." He said, "Man, but what people hear about you is foul. But when you tell your story, everything makes sense. Everything lines up. Everybody telling you their feelings, and you tell them your facts." So it came to this is what this space is. It's a bunch of dudes that have empirical data and facts arguing people's feelings. But you've been hearing their feelings your whole life. So they're gonna always debate their feelings. That's the point of contrasting their feelings with your facts. Because it is what it is.
Yeah, I think I got what you're saying. I was looking at something else, but no, I think I understand what you're saying. Well, I caught the end where you said people be arguing, debating the facts and empirical data and blah 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 versus other people's feelings. I think that's one thing that I love about when men came to YouTube, started doing their own type of content. That I think more facts. And even though some people can criticize the stats, I get mad when people criticize stats because like you're basically saying that if something is true and correct, then they don't. It's almost like you saying stop saying something that's true. But either way it go, where I'm at with it, yeah, we bring a lot of facts and everything to the table, and I think everybody else mostly in other sectors, other areas, they argue with a lot of feelings and emotions, and yeah, they feelings run up against the facts and they get dunked on. But I'm looking at damn, it's funny. This was something that I wrote out about. I wrote down the description with my channel about. It says Non-Rally YouTube channel is a media platform where we give social commentary about the Black community, usually as it pertains to the social dynamics between Black men and Black women. We use trending stories, viral moments, and empirical data as the backdrop to deliver a gripping, precise, controversial, and definitely entertaining content for the subscribers. That's essentially what I do. That's what I would assess that most of the channels in the Black Manosphere do. So the fact of the matter is when anybody try to flip that around and try to come up with some ulterior motive why the audience here or why they listening or what y'all really trying to do, I'm like, that's why people came at you sideways on that one, Royce, because everything that I just described, what I do and what most of the channels do here, that is a good endeavor for men. Like, it's teaching men how to look at things and view things the proper way, and don't be a punk ass simp. And so when anybody try to run interference for that, I was like, I interpret that as running interference for bitches. That's just how I interpret whenever I hear any man criticizing this space, unless it's something very, very specific that they're criticizing, because it could be legitimate disagreements within the framework. But whenever I hear somebody just trying to broad brush criticize the space, I'm like, they running interference for hoes. Like when dirty folks be saying y'all love women, where he be throwing it out too indiscriminately. But there are some guys who do love women, and I think that's where a lot of their criticism of the Black Manosphere comes from, is that they're in their own way, they're taking up for Keisha while trying to accuse somebody else of trying to save her. But you love Keisha, leave Keisha alone. That's what I hear when I hear people criticizing this space. So that's why I get annoyed. That's why I get annoyed.
And that's understandable. I get it, but like myself and with Dirty, we're not saying leave Keisha alone.
Oh no, I know Dirty ain't saying that, because Dirty. I know for a fact Dirty ain't saying that.
Well, yeah.
Look, nigga, I'm leaving every girl alone whose name don't end with a consonant. If her name end with a vowel, I'm not fucking with her, bro. Keisha, Tasha, Tanya, Toya, no vowels, nigga. I need a consonant.
To leave her alone. No. To leave her alone in the context I was saying is that stop talking about women. Stop doing this. Stop doing it. No. Dirty give them the most vicious assault ever. But
yeah,
that's because
it's a lot of people. it's a lot of people that run interference for that, run interference, and that's
that's
where I have
not
an
what
issue.
we're doing. That's
but
not what we're doing. Like
but
I
just
know
to
that's
cla-
not what Dirty is doing, but
I
that
know
argument,
because to
the
clarify,
cue,
because it's what they are, not who they are. Because I know I'm cool with girls. I grew up half the world is girls. It's
yeah,
the what they are part. It's the when the
right.
Manosphere says something about girls, they're talking about sexual conquest and or relationship standards. I don't care about that. I care about the fact that maybe this is a Midwest thing, but I care about the fact that if I go anywhere, Keisha is the gatekeeper to fuck me up. Keisha's in HR hiring all women at
Yes.
Home Depot that don't know how to cut lumber.
Yes.
yes, that's what the
Keisha,
Black
Yes.
Manosphere talk about. Yeah,
you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's
They,
my problem with Keisha. That she's an open enemy. And y'all like, oh, but she can only love us and we can bring the black family back. Fuck that black family, nigga. They
well,
don't
no,
want
no, who,
family.
no, yeah, no,
I'm just saying in
that's
general.
the,
yeah.
I'm
hold on, wait,
saying
that's the
That
pro,
that
that's the, hold on, that's the pro black B1, which really mean black woman first simp sector that says that Keisha will act right if we do A, B, C, and D. That ain't what that ain't the message over here, and I don't know the Black Manosphere channel that gives that message. So that's why I get pissed when people try to lump that in with the Black Manosphere message. That's where I get that's where I get upset. Now there are plenty of simp sectors that will gladly say that. They will stand on the mountaintop with a bullhorn and say that. When they come over here, they get made to look stupid. So so that's where that's where I get a little upset when people try to lump it in, because I know what my channel about, I know what most of the channels that claim the space is about. So when people try to spin it to something else, it's like they doing that for their own agenda, and their agenda could be any little thing or any little reason. It could be just to try to siphon whatever portion of the audience that they can. But either way it go, they trying to depict it as something else to shit on it, to try to I don't know, to lift themselves up, and then that's it's some people who blatantly, bluntly, boldly do that, and their whole channel is about that. But that's where I as I always take some issue with that. But either way, damn, did I hold on? Oh damn, I didn't even know that one's still up there. Hold on, let me take that. All right, cool.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
still I'm at war with Keisha Machine. Not with Keisha. I'm at war with Subway Submarine, bro. Because they always see me out of one meatball. I know a space on there for one more goddamn meatball. They just roll that meatball over, put some sauce on the end. I hope Subway crash and burn. I did a whole video about Subway. Fuck Subway. So Keisha can die with Subway Submarine. They could both die together, a horrible death in bankruptcy. I know that sounds
yeah.
random. That was random, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
Subway. You really scarred by not getting your sub sandwich made correctly. I feel you. It's two Subways. It's two Subways in my city. I go to one, and I get to the chicken teriyaki. One of them, they make it nice and fat. The other one, man, I swear, it's like they weigh, they put it in, they put the meat in a little container and weigh that shit before they put it on the sandwich, and it'd be skimpy as hell. I'm like, come on, man, just go in there with a nice indiscriminate scoop and then just put the meat on the bread. Like, it's like
That's why they found it.
they preload it. They preload it into little containers. That shit pissed me off.
Yeah,
But
they do
anyway,
that, man. Yeah, but that's just a whole different podcast.
yeah, whole
Man,
different.
I appreciate you having me on, man. Hey, yo, look. Hey, no cap though, Royce. Today is your day, sir. I don't know what the hell you talking about, but you said that shit. I appreciate you, sir.
Who you
You
talking about,
made
Royce?
this. Yeah, Royce. Royce, you made this pop, baby.
Nah, man, Royce, Royce, yeah, like I said, he on the Manosphere, Black Manosphere FBI watch list. But all right, well, we got to get out of here, y'all. Peace.